So if I say something in chat, she says she don't hear me. What if we reacted to someone reacting? Can I like comment in here? So what if I yo, what if I said da? What if I said da? Yo, just yo. Remove message retracted.
Help! Help! Help!
What's going on? You okay?
Alright, let's watch a bid.
Think of the internet like a street performance. Every day, someone steps up with a mic, a camera, a dream, a viral moment, a lucky clip, a spark, and maybe, just maybe, the world pays attention. But most of the time, you're there just long enough to be forgotten. But then came Ray. One day, no one knew who he was. The next, he wasn't just in the spotlight, he was stealing the show.
What's up, GQ? I'm Ray. It's 10 since I can live well.
And while most creators spend years planning their moment, Ray just stumbled into his. Not with strategy, not with sponsors, not even with a camera of his own. Just a nervous smile, a chance encounter, and a little bit of chaos. See, 500 days ago, Ray wasn't a streamer. He was a student, finishing high school in Taiwan. No followers, no streams, no hype. His nights were textbooks, gaming, Valorant clips, and inside jokes only 3 friends understood. But that changed on July 14th, 2023, the day Ray accidentally walked into internet history.
Got it! Huh? Got it! Got it! Got it! Got it! Yeah! Got it! Got it!
Kaitsunat was live streaming in Japan. The stream had been live for about an hour when he stopped outside a 7-Eleven in the middle of Tokyo, looking for snacks and filming one of his usual chaotic IRL segments. As he panned the camera around, a kid suddenly appeared in frame, nervous, buzzing with energy, and wearing a wide grin. It was Ray. At that point, no one knew who he was. Just another fan hoping for a handshake, maybe a photo, but this wasn't just another street interaction. Their first words were clumsy. Ray's voice cracked with adrenaline, and his hands trembled as he reached out. Kai laughed, Ray laughed. But more importantly, they matched each other's energy instantly. In that mess of nerves and noise, something clicked. The connection felt real, and instead of walking away, Ray stayed. He didn't just snap a picture and vanish. He asked if he could tag along, and to everyone's surprise, including his own, Kai said yes. So Ray did, for hours. They wandered Tokyo together, through game stores, back alleys, taxis, karaoke booths. Ray wasn't trying to steal the show, he was just reacting in real time. Goofy, honest, completely in over his head. But the magic? It worked. Ray wasn't trying to be funny. He just was raw, real, ridiculously entertaining. And the clips? They went nuclear. TikTok caught fire, Twitter followed, fans begged for more. Suddenly, Ray wasn't just the kid from the Japan vlog, he was Ray. After their meetup in Japan, everything accelerated. Just weeks after their first chaotic meetup, Kai flew Ray to America for the first time.
You know who did? Who did?
It was his first time in the US, and everything felt new. Strange accents, giant portions, and 20
Prove Ray didn't get
and 24/7 cameras. But oddly, it didn't feel like he was out of place. Ray fit right in.
Let's see who's in my chat right now. Participants, just me, but there's someone else.
Like he'd always been part of the crew. He met the rest of the AMP members, tried American food for the first time, wandered through Walmart like it was a theme park, and even filmed a short film with Kai that would blow up across the internet. After his visit in America, Ray returned to Taiwan. But he wasn't the same. After America, something had shifted. He wasn't just the funny kid from Japan anymore. He was someone people looked forward to seeing. Someone fans searched for in clips, commented about in chat, and started following in real time. Fans had started to like Ray more and more. They weren't just watching for Kai. They wanted Ray. They wanted more streams, more moments, more of the kid who somehow made everything feel authentic. So back in Taiwan, Ray did something simple. He started streaming. No big production, no crew. Just Ray, a webcam, and his bedroom. He'd sit in front of his computer, sometimes with a plate of food, sometimes mid-homework, and just talk. About school, about Kai, about nothing. And people tuned in. Because even when he was alone, Ray made the internet feel like a group chat with your funniest friend. Now his streams pulled in thousands, not because of high production or fancy edits, but because he was something special. Learning a new language is hard, not just academically, but emotionally. It's like trying to build a bridge with pieces you barely understand and hoping it doesn't collapse when people start walking across. Every sentence is a puzzle, every word a risk. You're not just trying to communicate, you're trying to belong. For most people, moving to a new country means years of struggle, years of getting laughed at, misunderstood, ignored. It takes time to pick up the rhythm of a new language, the tone, the slang, the sarcasm, and even then, it doesn't guarantee you'll ever feel like you truly fit in. Imagine showing up in a new country, and suddenly, everything you know, your language, your jokes, your instincts, none of it translates. Your thoughts get stuck. Your voice feels smaller. You're surrounded by people, yet somehow more alone than ever. You want to speak, but the words aren't ready. You want to connect, but you don't know how. But Ray was different. Because even though his English was basic, broken even, he still fit in. He matched the vibe. He didn't understand every word, but he understood energy. He could mirror the room, read the tone, react to emotion instead of grammar. That's something no textbook can teach. He wasn't fluent, but he was present. And that made him feel familiar, like someone you already knew, even if he spoke differently. With Kai on his side, Ray didn't just learn English, he absorbed it. He picked it up the way a younger brother copies an older one. He echoed the crew, repeated what he heard, word for word, sentence for sentence. If Kai said it, Ray said it. If AMP joked about it, Ray memorized it. It was fast, unfiltered, real, and that's what made it work. But that kind of learning, raw imitation, comes with risk. Because when you're learning in real time, in a language you don't fully understand, sometimes the words you pick up aren't the ones you're supposed to repeat.
Yeah, back bucket! Shut your up!
The internet clipped it instantly. The backlash came fast. It was one of those moments where everything pauses and then explodes. And yeah, it looked big. The backlash came fast. It was one of those moments where everything pauses and then
Shut your up!
The internet clipped it instantly. The backlash came fast. It was one of those moments where everything pauses and then explodes. And yeah, it looked bad. But can you really blame him? When you're learning a language by immersion, surrounded by streamers, memes, and Twitch culture, how do you know where the line is? You don't. You mimic, you adapt, you say what gets laughs, you say what the people around you say. Ray didn't grow up with American context, he grew into it. And sometimes that means learning things the hard way. Ray wasn't trying to be someone else. He wasn't faking it.
Yeah.
He was just trying to keep up, trying to speak like the people around him, trying to find his place in a world that moved fast and didn't wait. And as he repeated the phrases, copied the tone, mirrored the humor, something started to happen. He didn't just learn the language, he picked up the rhythm, the slang, the cadence, the jokes, and over time, it changed the way he spoke. It changed the way people saw him. Soon, people started calling him Raekwon. At first, it was a joke, something said on stream to get a laugh. But like most jokes, it carried a bit of truth. Because this kid from Taiwan, the one who barely spoke English when he showed up, wasn't just participating anymore. He was blending in, effortlessly, naturally. He didn't just understand the words, he understood the vibe. And that made all the difference. When people become famous, it always comes with a price. And for Ray, it was no different. From the outside, it might have looked easy. One day he was a student in Taiwan, the next he was streaming in America, flying across the world, gaining followers by the thousands. But what people don't see is the weight that comes with that kind of rise. The comments, the assumptions, the quiet resentment. Because no matter how many people loved him, there were still plenty who weren't convinced. People who looked at him and didn't see talent. They saw luck. They said he was just in the right place at the right time, just another random kid who stumbled into someone else's spotlight. The narrative was simple. He's only famous because of Kai. It's no different than sports. Think about your favorite athlete. The icons, the ones who changed the game. Every single one of them had someone behind the scenes. A coach, a mentor, someone who pushed them, challenged them, guided them. That mentor didn't make them great. They just helped bring it out. And with Ray, it was no different. Kai saw something in him. Not just a funny kid, not just someone to tag along for content. From that very first moment in Tokyo outside a 7-Eleven, with the stream live and the energy chaotic, something clicked. Ray wasn't trying to go viral. He wasn't chasing the camera. He was just being himself. Awkward, excited, real, and somehow that worked. There was something magnetic about it. The way he matched Kai's rhythm without trying. The way he carried himself with a kind of natural awareness that didn't need polish or perfection. He felt real, not manufactured, not over-rehearsed. Just a kid in the right place, doing the right thing, because it came naturally. And that's rare. That's not something you can teach or script or fake. That's instinct. That's presence. Kai recognized it instantly. That's why he didn't just take a photo and move on. That's why he let Ray stay. That's why he brought him in, on stream, into the crew, and eventually, into the culture. Because Kai didn't make Ray special. He just gave the world a chance to notice what he already saw. So,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I should
Alright, today we're reacting to the cameraman that made IShowSpeed unstoppable.
IShowSpeed is one of the most chaotic and unpredictable streamers in the world. From his wild celebrations to crazy fan interactions, everything Speed does becomes one of the most watched moments on the internet. But behind the scenes, there's one other person responsible for all of the decisions made, working in the shadows, making sure that every moment is captured perfectly while the whole world watches. That person is Samuel Les, better known by fans as Slips. Slips is Speed's longtime cameraman, executive assistant, content manager, and even his best friend. Slips' job isn't to just hold the camera, he has to make sure the entire operation stays on track. From managing Speed's chaotic schedule to defending him from different controversies, Slips has proven to be more than just a behind-the-scenes figure. While some believe Slips is the real mastermind behind IShowSpeed's rise, others think he's only making things messier. But what's the real story? Speed and Slips first crossed paths in 2022 when Speed was looking for a videographer to film the music video of Shake Part 2 and found Slips in his DMs. But if you ask Slips, that's not exactly how it happened.
We met back in 2022. I don't even know how I found him. I think I was just checking my DM. I think he texted me or some shit.
It's not true. You texted me first. When you started doing training for the charity match.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when it was like turned into a full-time thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But neither of them had no idea that what started as a simple music video shoot would turn into a global phenomenon. Slips helped in the production of the music video and Speed finally released it on YouTube on 22nd January 2022. The reaction was insane and the video got over 26 million views. However, nothing serious came out of their one-time collaboration until Speed needed someone to film his training training sessions for the Sidemen charity match in 2022. Speed was really impressed by Slip's dedication during their previous shoot, so he decided to hire Slips again to cover his training sessions and the actual Sidemen charity match. But what Slips didn't realize was that this was just the beginning of his partnership with Speed, which will take him to over 50 countries all over the world. They worked closely during the Sidemen match, and their dynamic worked so well that Speed decided to turn this one-time opportunity into a permanent role for Slips. With the FIFA World Cup 2022 just around the corner, Speed and Slips knew they had a chance to go and meet Ronaldo. The very next month, they found themselves on a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Qatar. But since Speed was still a minor at the time, it was up to Slips to step up and make sure nothing went wrong. After the World Cup, Slips went from filming Speed's content to helping manage his entire career, but his real dedication was put to the test when Speed finally met Ronaldo. Instead of rushing to get a picture with the GOAT himself, Slips stayed locked in behind the camera, making sure fans got to experience every raw emotion Speed felt in that moment.
I love you, bro. Take a picture. Take a picture. Take a picture. Take a picture. Oh my God, bro. We did it. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh my God. I love you so much.
Speed soon promoted Slips to be his executive assistant. This wasn't just a job anymore. Slips became one of Speed's most trusted people, taking on more responsibility as time went on. All of a sudden, Slips wasn't just setting up cameras and pressing record. He was actively helping shape the content, ensuring Speed's wild ideas came to life, while also keeping things somewhat under control.
Slips, Slips. Calm down, Slips, relax.
But working with Speed is no easy task. His energy is non-stop, and keeping up with him takes special kind of dedication. Slips quickly proved that he was willing to go above and beyond, not just for the content, but for Speed himself. Like this one time, while live streaming in Indonesia, Speed saw a local transportation vehicle called Tuk Tuk and decided to take it on a spin. Slips got in the backseat without any hesitation, but nobody expected what was about to happen next.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Wait, hold on. Stop. Oh shit.
Yeah, he bleeding on his hair right here.
Slips got injured in the crash, but that didn't stop him from picking up the camera and finishing the stream like nothing happened. Slips isn't just an employee, he's fiercely loyal to Speed, and that loyalty has been tested time and time again. For example, after the infamous Lambo jump controversy, when people accused Speed of faking his jump over a Lamborghini, Slips immediately came to his defense.
It does look cool.
He posted proof from multiple angles, showing that Speed had actually pulled off the stunt. This wasn't just about defending a video, it was about protecting Speed's reputation. And this wasn't the only time Slips stepped up for Speed. In South America, Slips' health took a serious hit. He got so sick that he collapsed due to lung issues and low red blood cell count. It was the first time he ever missed a live stream, showing just how dedicated he had been up to that point. Most people would take a break after something like that. But not Slips. Despite battling a severe case of pneumonia, Slips was still running alongside Speed at the WWE Royal Rumble. Slips knew moments like this don't come around every day, and nothing was going to make him miss it. Imagine being that sick and still sprinting just to make sure the content doesn't stop. That level of commitment is rare, especially in the fast-paced world of content creation. However, it hasn't all been smooth sailing for Slips and Speed. Being in the spotlight comes with its own risks, and Slips has had his fair share of controversies. One of the biggest was when Slips inquired if they could do a live stream in the
Why would you want to do a live stream in Auschwitz? That's crazy. In a concentration camp.
Auschwitz camp in Poland. The backlash was immediate, with many people calling the joke insensitive, but Slips decided to double down on it. To make things worse, Speed's ex-community started flooding the situation with inappropriate jokes, and since Slips was a moderator there, it only added fuel to the fire. It wasn't a good look for him at all. Despite these moments, Slips has remained a core part of Speed's team. But it doesn't stop there. Beyond just being a content manager, Slips has taken on the role of Speed's personal bodyguard, public defender, and sometimes even his anger translator. Like this time when Speed went to Norway, he faced harassment from fans after hurting his ankle. Slips, however, wasn't having any of it. He called them out publicly, making it clear that just because Speed is famous, it doesn't mean he has to tolerate that kind of treatment. And this isn't the first time he stepped in to protect Speed. In Denmark, after a man told Speed to go back to his country,
Wow.
Slips immediately got into an argument with him, shutting down the disrespectful comment.
My fucking dick. How your wife go back to Spain? You wanna be fucking racist?
He was so heated that the situation almost escalated further, but one thing was clear. Slips wasn't going to let anyone disrespect Speed without consequences. Sometimes even the rogue fans of Speed aren't safe from Slips' wrath. When a fan tried to
You grew up in like Texas. Where did Speed grow up? Grow up. Cincinnati. Oh yeah, it was Ohio. It was Ohio, not Texas.
leak Speed's location right after he landed in Peru by livestreaming it on Kick, Slips instantly called him out, calling him stupid, and making sure everyone knew that doxing isn't just dangerous, it's unacceptable.
Why are you live streaming? You're dumb. What are you doing?
I down.
I don't care.
I down.
don't care. In the stream.
I stream. I down. I telepay. I telepay.
This guy's an idiot.
The whole operation.
Claro.
You.
I telepay. I telepay. I down.
Chat. Look at your chat. You have too many
Streaming on streaming, bro. Huancayo.
Beyond all the chaos, Slips is also a guy with strong opinions. For example, he's a huge Drake fan, so much so that he's constantly hating on Kendrick Lamar. Whether it's trolling or real opinions, he's not afraid to share his thoughts, even if it gets people talking.
Drake was the
This is
one who
part of
started
what
the beef.
makes Slips stand out. He's not just some nameless, faceless cameraman in the background. He's a character in Speed's world, with his own personality, opinions, and controversies. At the end of the day, Speed might be the one in front of the camera, but Slips is the real genius behind the
For real.
scenes.
He's gonna be late. He's gonna be late. He hasn't changed the title. Hello, everybody flooding in. Big reactions today. We're reacting to the Walmart iShow Speed. I said I was going to on Friday, so I queued some of his videos up.
Today, I have hired a Geometry Dash professional to show me the most peak Geometry Dash levels of all time. We're gonna.
This professional Fortnite player is the most bullied player in the entire.
Hello. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to Daddy Speed's channel. Today, I have before we even get to there, shout out to my shirt. Look at it.
When they playing my song, they said it's a bop. When I dance to the beat like this shit is a bop. I make sure that she a rider, diva, prima donna.
So, sorry, son. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut it off, but we've been working.
I be getting the money, been on my grind. Baby, loving your body, and that's no lie. I'm bugging in my heart. I be tripping, might lose my mind.
Son.
See how long it takes me. If we go to the list search and type this in, this ID right here, should
What's the idea?
on stream, and we're gonna see how long it takes me. If we go to the list search and type this in.
Wait, do I get to try out now? Alright, guys. Yo. Chat, I'm gonna try out for, I'm gonna try out for this Fortnite clan. You're welcome. I'm gonna try out for a clan. For a clan. Alright. There. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo.
Hello?
Yep. Alright, looking much older, right? You play what, East? Yo. Jader.
Yeah?
You play East? Right click the start button.
Alright, I'm gonna try out for Team 0 Fortnite clan.
Alright. So first I'm gonna start off with your aim. Okay. Let me go. Alright. So when you say go, I'm gonna sprint and I wanna see rate your aim afterwards. Alright. Ready when you are.
When I say go?
Yeah, when you say go.
Alright, go.
Okay. Is that your best aim?
What?
Is that your best aim?
What? Your mic's kinda quiet.
I said, is that your best aim?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think so.
Alright, I'll give you one more try real quick.
Alright.
Alright.
Yeah, that's my best aim.
Alright, I'm gonna rate your aim a 6 out of 10. And then I'm gonna go into spectate, and then I want to see your free builds.
My free builds?
Yep.
Brown. Alright, yeah, those are my free builds.
Alright. I'm gonna rate your free builds a 6.
Alright.
I wanna see your editing skills.
So like, do I just set up like a thing?
No, just do like a lot of editing. You're not using Simple Edit, right?
What? No, I'm not. Simple.
So just like focus more on like editing. Okay. I'm gonna rate that like 4.5, maybe a 5.
Right.
It's just like low key. I'm not really that like good for the team.
What?
I say you're not like I don't. You're getting pretty low scores for this, and like I don't know if you're really like I don't know if I can really pass you.
So, do I 1v1 you now?
We don't really do 1v1s.
Alright.
Because if you watch the trial videos, we just see your builds, and then your aim and stuff. You didn't really pass really any of those.
So, how do I know if I made the clan or not?
Usually I'm gonna be real. You have to go to me, and I don't really think I should. I don't think I'm gonna pass you. To pass you on to Pickle.
So, to pass, I have to do good edits?
You have to pass. You have to be like really good. Like you have to be like something that like me or the other trial people who try to like destroy have to have to see you're like really good. And I'm seeing that you're not really that good to pass it. Because it just seems because you're just like you're not really like, moving with your edits. You're just like stopping and then like yeah.
Well, thanks for letting me try out.
You're welcome.
Didn't make the clan, bro. Wow. Alright. I'm gonna leave the Discord. Wow. I didn't make the clan. Bro, what is... Bro, the original NVIDIA, like, sign-out thing. Then what are you watching? Or playing or whatever? Let me show y'all this level I made. It's called First Things First. It's a banger. And, I want this to be online, bro. Bro, I can't believe I didn't make the clan.